Hello and welcome to K&K Play D&D. I'm the first K, the Keith.
And I'm the second K, Karin.
And this is Anna and Mokana number 20.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and today's episode is brought to you by the Paladin.
Ominous. Let's get those dice rolling.
So I've been waiting here for a long time. It feels like years and years and months and episode after episode, waiting for them here in the plaza, up on the surface in Mokana. They're down in the sewers doing stuff, fighting skeletons and dead things, and Maximus died, maybe? I don't know. I just heard last episode that he did, and Anna is remembering things. So I'm still here waiting for them, and they're not back yet. And Koro is getting worried.
Anna, you open your eyes, and there's Tarur looking down at you.
Hey, I got you.
His face is wrought with worry, and his eyes are filled with concern. Behind him, you see Dorn and Milosh looking on.
I twist my fingers into Tarur's soaking wet sewer stinky cloak. And I just hold on. And I can't even tell him yet. Tarur, it's so much worse than I thought. Take your time. We're not in any rush. Tarur, I remembered something. I remembered something. Yeah, sometimes remembering things gets me upset too. That's okay. Take your time. Does this happen a lot? No, it doesn't. We've only been in Patchwork a few months, so every once in a while we'll get an influx. We'll get flooded, and it's always a little jarring. Maybe there was something down here that triggered this for her. Probably the altar we found back there would be my guess.
There has been a lot that we have encountered down here that could jar a loose memory into place.
And even losing a comrade. That kind of stress can make people remember all sorts of things.
It is very stressful down here for us. We will wait on you, Anna.
Yeah, take your time. There's no rush, like Tarur said. I mean, there's a little bit of a rush. We have a job that we need to complete, but there's really, take your time. You take all the time that you need in order to process whatever just happened. Do you have words yet? It's going to change things if I tell you.
What'll it change?
A lot of things. It might change our relationship with Iana. What does anything from our world have to do with Iana? I remembered the day I think I died. I think I died, Tarur. We lived, all of us, in this really big forest. And part of it was down in a valley, and it trailed up into the foothills. And there was one summer that it got very, very dry. The rain clouds got caught up in the mountains and stormed for days and days and days on end, and we evacuated the valley because we knew that floods would come. We evacuated, the horde evacuated, everybody evacuated. Except not everybody got out in time. And I had to help them. I had to help them. Of course you did, Anna. That's who you are.
Yes, you are a great helper of people.
You can't be upset about that, Anna. You can't be upset about a facet of your personality that's so integral to who you are.
You are a wonderful helper. I admire that in you.
Yeah, not helping, buddy.
Oh, I apologize.
It's fine. I mean, Tarur, I'm really sorry, but I can't fight Jolg anymore. What does he have to do with anything? He has the horn of one of the tiefling commanders around his neck. I mean, he's your enemy. No, he's just a dad trying to make the best life for his kid that he can. I think he got pulled over here against his will too. He's just a father. And I saved his wife and daughter. Nowheres and I both did. I can't fight him, knowing that. Anna, he doesn't deserve your sympathy. Think of all the things that he's done here. Think of the slavering. Think of all the people that he's hurt. You think of the fact that you were the one who wanted vengeance on him. Tarur, my path isn't vengeance. My path has never been vengeance. I just forgot that for a little while. That said, we should get moving.
Are you sure?
We should get through this and then we can leave. Unless you would like to rest. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm pretty tapped out as far as my magic. I mean, I don't have a lot of it, but...
I am pretty expended as well, but... do we wish to stay in the sewers at night when the undead are known to move more freely about?
I still got a little bit of energy in me. I don't mind taking watch. You need to rest. You're useless to us without your magic, those of you who have it. Anna, you just had a waking dream. The rest of us don't have memories come as visions. We have them come when we're sleeping. You should rest. And then in the morning we can process whatever all of this is and we can talk about what it means, but we should all rest, I think.
Well, if we want to rest, I don't think we should stay right here. We should find somewhere safer.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? We don't know where safer is. Do we want to just poke our heads above ground for a while, or do we want to just bed down for a few hours? I'm open to either decision. I mean, the fact of the matter is we're up against a necromancer. If we're not all at 100%, there's no way. There's no way. Right, let's find ourselves a little alcove or something to bed down. Seastone can take watch. I'll take second watch.
I will take third.
All right.
Well, you had just begun to enter into the next room.
We backtrack a little bit. Right at the edge of the gate.
All right, I'm going to need the watches to roll their checks.
All right. That's perception.
That is perception.
Natural 20.
All right. Seastone, you stand over your companions as they all bed down in a clump together in the corner here. And as you stand there, watching everything, in the room you were about to go, you see little flits of motion. You see shadows moving around. But then the strangest smells intertwined reaches your nostrils, and you watch as these shadows move past where you are. And this scent just lingers as you watch skeletons move about without knowing you're there. It's a smell of fresh baked bread and the ocean.
I reckon that ought to encourage me to become a praying man. So I try praying like Dorn. Oh, hey there, Ro. So, be obliged to you if you'd look out for me mates. And especially after the lieutenant, I've never seen somebody take a vision that hard. Never seen somebody take a vision. I don't want to be making a habit of that. It's scary. And I lost someone today, and that was scary too. So, if you could just be looking out for them, I'd owe you one, so to speak.
Can you roll me a religion check?
19.
You feel a hand on your shoulder as you say amen.
I jump and I throw a fist.
Nothing's there.
What the hell was that?
And your watch comes to an end.
Tarur rolls to his feet and nods and thanks and...
Seastone looks a little jumpy, by the way.
What is it? You know, I think there might be ghosts down here. Not just the skeletons. Oh, well, that's fine. We can just get possessed, as opposed to having to fight everything outside of ourselves. We'll just fight them inside our minds. Was that supposed to make me feel better? Was that supposed to be some sort of joke? I don't believe in ghosts. Well, ghosts exist. You haven't been in Patchwork very long, have you? Well, that's fair. I used to say that magic wasn't really my thing either. Right, so I'm going to find my way into the center of the pile, and I'm going to wriggle my butt down in between, like, True and Dorn, and just kind of huddle with my tail wrapped around as small as I can possibly make myself.
And True wraps her arm around your torso and her tail around your leg.
She's still got Maximus in her cloak.
Yeah, she does.
And Dorn pretends to be asleep and snuggles closer to the whole business.
Let's roll for snuggling for the three of them.
That'll be a 7 and an 8 and a 6. We're very awkward.
Very awkward snuggling. You're all awake as you're doing it,
But we
pretending
all-
to be asleep.
But we all, I reckon, could use some physical affection at this point.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tarur, it is your watch.
Natural. Holy goodness. Natural 20. That's a 26.
Tarur, you sit back on your heels. You have your bow there on your lap, and you're watching. And like Seastone, these two very strange, out-of-place smells come to your nostrils.
I think of all the things that Frankie has told me over the past few months, and I slowly stand up and I poke my head around the corner a little bit further. Do I see anything?
Are you looking south or east?
I'm looking east towards the chamber we're about to go into.
You see movement something small flying around, and you see shadows moving about. You see skeletons moving about in there, but none of it notices you.
I nod to myself, and I make my way back and settle down a little bit more. I mean, a little unsettled because of how close the skeletons are, but a little bit more at ease because that combination of smells is something that Frankie has mentioned. I mean, not that exact combination, but what it usually means. I'll take her word for it. Not really my area of expertise.
And your watch comes to an end.
I point out the skeletons to True,
Yeah.
and then I go over and I sit down against the wall near Anna so that I can put one hand on her shoulder and then lean my head back.
Yeah. Well, it is my turn for a watch. Hopefully I do as well as the boys.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't drop it.
Yeah. That'll do.
It's 16 plus 12, so 28.
Yeah.
So I am sitting there, wrapped in the shadows, glancing towards both of the big rooms, seeing the shadows and the movement of the skeletons. And as I sit there, I smell fresh baked bread and the sea, which, I mean, we're in a harbor city, so the ocean could happen, but we haven't smelled it before. But fresh baked bread, I am awkward. I don't move at all because I don't want to notice anything. And so for my entire watch, I am just moving my eyes and the tip of my tail, glancing around, trying not to notice any presences that shouldn't be here, and watching the skeletons move about, not noticing us. And then, at the end of my watch, I wake up the others, and yeah, awkwardly.
I feel a little bit more settled now that I've rested. My conviction remains the same. I will have a lot to discuss with the others, but it can wait. So for now, we quietly wake and get ourselves together and turn the corner. I put myself in the lead.
You go into the second chamber, the east one from that first one you entered. It is the same size as the first one.
So giant.
It's giant. The ceiling is a little bit bigger, maybe 12 feet now. But there are racks and bunks everywhere, set in a very grid-like pattern. There are the main walkways through, but there are these bunks everywhere, 3, 4 high. Not much room between them, level-wise and position-wise.
How are there 3 bunks in a 12-foot high ceiling?
It's very narrow.
Good grief.
Yeah, very, very narrow bunks.
Is anyone in here?
Each bunk has a skeleton, fully armored skeletons laying there inert.
I cast Pass Without a Trace immediately.
All right, everyone, roll your stealth.
Yeah. 28. 24. Yeah, that's not my best. That'll be a 23 for me. And that'll be a 22 for me.
Yeah, I will have 34.
Not quite as good as yesterday, but yeah.
Oh, it is my turn now.
Yes, it is.
I wonder
Milosh.
how well I will do.
I don't know, Milosh. Terribly, Milosh. Absolutely badly.
I rolled a natural 1. Plus 10 is 11. Plus 2 is 13.
Yep.
I clank along behind everyone in my pure Miloshian fashion.
I roll my eyes and try to distance myself.
Please don't go too far away, Grandmaster Lord Tarur.
I won't.
The Silent.
I won't.
You all enter the room, and there's little flying skeletons going through up and down the aisles, checking on the inert skeletons. And these little pixie skeletons
Oh my.
don't notice y'all.
We're going to skirt straight across if possible.
Okay. Going straight across, there is a way out just directly ahead of you. There is another one to the north and a door to the south, but you guys are going straight across, ignoring these sleeping skeletons and pixie skeletons flitting around. You enter this hallway. It's 40 feet deep until it turns northward again, but as you enter, 10 feet later, to the south on your right is a door. It's a stone door in the stone wall, and in the middle of the door is a broken Sana Ashun symbol.
This looks like the place. I go up to it and I knock on the door with my gauntleted hand. Boom, boom, boom.
I need you to roll me a perception check, Anna. I need everyone to roll me a perception check, Anna.
Hold on. That was a 10.
I need everyone to roll me a perception check.
Okay. 25 for Tarur. Oh my word. That'll be a 27 for Dorn. That's a natural 20. And another natural 20 for Seastone, which is, I think he's proficient. Yeah, a 26 for him. So Dorn and Seastone are freaked out after going through the chamber with the skeletons.
All right, I'm just rolling perceptions for True and Milosh as well. True got a natural 7, so that is 19. Milosh got a natural 18, so that is a 22.
Dang.
So Anna, she pounds on the door and tilts her head to listen, kind of half closing her eyes. The rest of you hear, the paladin has arrived.
Right, that's creepy.
The paladin is here.
I would like to string my bow and have that at the ready.
But other than that, there is nothing. There's no commotion behind the door. There's no clicking of latches. There's no movement.
I try the handle.
It moves. It turns.
I let
and there's
myself.
a click.
I let myself in.
It opens. And the door is open. And you're into another hallway, 10 feet wide, that curves around to the east. The walls are covered in purple drapes, moth-eaten and old. There is dust along the floor and dangling cobwebs in the corners. And there is a trail of footprints leading back and forth.
Are they skeleton footprints or are they booted or...
They are booted.
All right.
Heavy boots. And they lead deeper into this room, or hallway.
I swing my glaive off and begin using it as a walking staff.
I need everyone to make another perception check as you enter this hallway.
21. Yeah, Tara got a natural 1. That's a 7. That'll be 15 for me. 24 for me.
Okay, Tar, you don't notice anything this time. But as the rest of you enter, you see several of these floating black rib cages and spines with the red orbs where the lungs should be drifting about through this curving hallway into this chamber beyond. They're drifting backwards, watching your group's progress.
I take point and stride forward.
You enter into the southwest corner of this room. It is 50 by 50 chamber. It is 20 feet high.
It's
and it
giant.
Is a step down into the room as well. Purple adorns all of the walls. And there is randomly about, in no particular measurement, Sana Ashun's symbols. Some of them are whole, some of them are backwards, some of them are broken on these purple drapes. And in the middle of the room is an altar, draped in purple, covered in candles, years of candles worth on it. Some lit, some not. And there is a figure laying on the floor on its side in front of the altar. And near the ceiling, these rib cages are floating around.
I adjust my grip on the glaive and let it talk on the floor as I walk. Yes, that. Yes. So they know I'm coming. I am no longer attempting to stealth. The rest of the party can do what they want, but I am being bold.
You are walking straight into the room.
Yes.
To the altar.
Yes.
To the figure.
Yes.
What is the rest of the group doing?
Oh, I'm hanging back a little bit. I'm going to make a little bit of a periphery towards the corner. I'm going to go the opposite direction. I've got my bow drawn. I've got an arrow knocked. I'm ready to move the instant that things go south. I recognize that there's no way we're getting out of this alive. And I've sort of just resigned myself to my fate, so I just follow Anna.
Tarur will draw 2 daggers and wait in the doorway, watching, keeping one eye up at the floating things, and one eye at Anna and Tarur and Milosh as they go forward.
Of course, Milosh.
Of course, I must follow my Grandmaster Lord Tarur, the expedient, the wonderful.
The expedient.
He is the fantastic one, and I must emulate and protect him in all things that we do. And so, without hesitation, and full of exuberant willingness, I follow him, my warhammer at the ready, glowing with my light cantrip.
I stop about 10 feet from the altar, rap the glaive against the floor. I knocked, but no one answered.
The figure stirs and slowly, painfully sits up. You see from its robes these withered, old hands pushing it up, and its head inside the cowl, and slowly it turns towards you, and it starts.
I believe you and I must have a lot to say to each other.
Anna?
That is my name.
Pushes itself up to its feet. It's short.
It's the dwarf that Sandra May saw on the hill.
It is a dwarf. And as it straightens, shoulders and joints popping, you hear a clink of metal as a chain falls around its neck, and there is a tarnished symbol of Sana Ashun, tarnished and covered with soot. Anna?
I am Lieutenant Anna Tascara, Paladin of Sana Ashun.
You're alive?
Sort of.
Anna? How?
Let me see your face, friend.
The hands come up, push back the hood, and there's snow white hair with patches of black still in it, and a snow white beard also with patches of black, and the head tilts back, and it's a gaunt face, but vibrant, almost glowing blue eyes staring at you.
How do you know my name, friend?
I served with you. We served
together for the Alliance. I saw you die.
The group goes still and just kind of holds their breath and waits.
I was there when you led the charge to the Horde Temple.
Yes, I remember that day.
I was there when the flood swept you away, and Sana Shun pulled you out of the waters herself.
May I make a history check?
You may have advantage.
Okay. Okay. 16.
What are you trying to figure out?
If I recognize him, I have a gut feeling, but I want to confirm.
You do recognize him. His face is gaunt. His hair is not the same color, but the eyes are the same. It is the dwarf who charged down with you.
I did not remember the name. Jemison Blackrock. Last week. Or even a few days ago. But I remember it now. My brother, what have you done?
I wanted to bring you back.
My brother, I was in Sana Ashun's care. I have always been.
I know, but
He looks up, and the black in his beard drains a bit more.
I was told I could bring you back to bless.
He looks at you, his eyes glowing a bit more.
The Jemison Blackrock that I knew was not an old man. He was hale. He was in the prime of his life.
And Liana, I know. I've known since she was a girl. Since you were initiated. Taken too soon.
Then you know I cannot allow this.
You're alive.
Yes.
How?
Our goddess is bigger than you give her credit for being.
Roll persuasion.
9, because Anna.
Because Anna. And as you say that phrase about your goddess, and the creatures flitting about on the ceiling draw down closer to the dwarf, closer to Jemison Blackrock, closer to JB.
Brother Jemison, this magic is killing you. Brother, let this magic go. You are not beholden to it. This is not of our goddess.
I can control it.
Why would you want to?
I can bring them back.
Bring who back?
You and Shatter.
I am here, and Shatter is in the hands of a goddess who is more powerful than either of us. Either you or I.
Are you really? Are you really here?
Give me your hand. And I take a step forward with my non-glaive hand outstretched.
He looks up at you, his eyes glowing blue, the black draining more from his hair and beard, his face getting more gaunt. He looks at his hand. It's more talon-like than fingers with how withered it's become. The skin looks like parchment. And he looks at your hand, looks at his.
Give me your hand, brother. Persuasion? I'd be 17.
He starts, looks up at you, eyes going wide, the glow fading just slightly, and some more color coming back to his hair.
Anna?
Give me your hand, Jemison.
He reaches out to you.
I reach the rest of the distance and grab his hand before I can lose him again. I am going to thump the glaive into the ground and Nova Blast the shit out of everything that is near us.
It's what type of save?
Dex.
What's the DC on the glaive?
It's mine, which is 14.
Two of the creatures shatter from this Nova Blast. The other two are blasted back against the walls, and they seem to get caught up in the vestments adorning the walls with Sana Ashun's symbol, which glows as they touch it, and they scream, fly back towards the center.
I'm going to pull Jameson close towards me, and I'm going to put my free arm around him to protect him. I'm going to swing the glaive up and cast Moonbeam with it up towards those creatures.
One of them gets struck by the moonbeam and is pinned there. It is stuck within the beam. The other one is flitting around. Tarur,
Yeah, I'm here.
please roll me a 20.
17.
Milosh is right next to you, and you're used to his posture. It's not perfect. He sometimes slants his shoulder one way or the other. And as Anna is dealing with these creatures and holding this dwarf to her, his shoulders stiffen and go back, and his back is ramrod straight, and his head turns to you. His eyes are completely black.
That ain't great.
He looks at you, and his hand raises up and points to the package you have on your back.
Milosh.
Your gift.
And then his eyes return to normal, and he looks around confused.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, hello.
I unshoulder the pack and it as quickly as possible.
It is a long tube that you
Okay.
have to open. Unscrew one end.
All right, I will. I'll do that.
You reach inside this tube, and you find something that fits to your hand perfectly, and you pull it out. You've seen one of these before. Jax wielded it.
Nice.
You pull out this rifle, and it is designed with motifs from you. The handle and stock look like vines and forest imagery. Around the muzzle, it's a dragon. It fits to your hand perfectly.
I make the only check that I know how to do to see if it's loaded. I just do what I saw Jax do.
You copy the motions you saw Jax do, and you notice it is loaded.
Great. I am going to sight the one that is not caught in the moonbeam and take a shot. 17.
The room echoes with the shot. Everyone, except for Anna and Jemison, stare at you in shock, wonder, and
What the hell did you do that for? You're gonna get the attention of every damn skeleton in the place?
And in the after silence of the shot, you hear the shatter of glass as the creature falls apart from your blast. In your arms, Anna, Jemison's color is coming back.
Come back to me, brother. Let the magic go.
But
Look around you, brother.
she is bigger than us. She is bigger than them.
You have surrounded yourself with death when you are a person of such vibrancy and life.
Jemison goes slack in your arms.
I keep him upright. I hold them upright.
Thank you, Anna.
Stay with me.
His hand reaches up, and you see his flesh returning, his fingers becoming dwarven fingers again. And he reaches up and touches your jaw.
You are alive.
Here I am.
I'm glad.
You look tired, Jemison. What have you done to yourself, brother?
Don't remember. Voices saying I could bring you and Shatter and everyone back. That's not possible. That's not right.
It's seductive when you're grieving.
Yes. I'm tired.
I know.
I need rest.
Not yet. No.
No.
We must get out of this place. We must get you away from this place. Look around you, Jameson. Do you see these symbols?
I see them. They don't make rhyme, reason.
Exactly.
Why?
I don't know. I take a slight step back and I take his symbol from his chest and I rub it against his robe to get some of the tarnish off. It's not like you to let your symbol look like this, brother.
No, it shouldn't be. What is going on, Anna?
I think you've been possessed, brother.
Anna, can you do a constitution check? You hear the shattering of porcelain, which is very different than the shattering of glass.
Okay.
And your moonbeam explodes. And the creature within drifts lower and it's growing larger. It's filling the space above the altar now.
I'm gonna take a shot. Nope. I definitely misfires. And I turn to Milosh. Do something. Now with the gun.
Oh, of course. I will use a 4th level spell here because I do not know what is going on, I do not understand what is going on.
Okay.
But things larger than myself are happening.
Yep.
And my Grand Master Lord has asked me to do something. And so, I, being a devotee of Taff and Teth, I ask their forgiveness, and I reach up to Anna, Lieutenant Anna Tascara, and I cast Guardian of Faith.
What is that? Walk me through this, Milosh.
Oh, of course. Guardian of Faith. A large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space of my choice that I can see within range. The guardian occupies that space and is indistinct except for a gleaming sword and shield ablazoned with the symbol of my deity. But something within the back of my mind and deep within my heart says it will be different this time. And so I reach towards Anna and I cast Guardian of Faith. And as I do this, I see her holy symbol flare to life, and the symbol upon the dwarf man flare to life. And around the 3 of us, 4 if you count the Grand Master Lord Tarur, the most excellent shot in the world there will ever be.
As his misfire just proved.
Around us, a spectral form appears. It looks like stars in the night sky, and it swirls, filling the space. It does not have a shield or sword as the spell usually does. It raises a hand. In a flicking motion, it flicks the creature, and it splats. And the guardian shrinks, becoming a person size, which is odd, and I pass out. which is odd as well.
Clang, clang, clang. I look over at Anna and then down at him, and then I look over at the spot on the wall, then I look down at Milosh and I sigh and I set down the gun and I check Milosh's pulse.
Milosh, he's laying there. He fell over, but he has a little smile on his face.
I
And he's
pat his cheek.
he's alive. He's out cold. But in front of Anna and the dwarf is this starry night sky in the shape of a person.
Anna turns Jemison to face it and kneels.
And the form reaches out towards Jemison, picks him up, and vanishes.
Taking Jemison with her.
Mm-hmm.
My mother, we could have used his help. But I trust you to keep him safe. I stand up. Let's cleanse this place.
As you say that, the smell of warm, fresh baked bread exudes and fills the chamber and goes out through the sewers.
Right, so when you say cleanse, what exactly does that mean to you? Burn it. All these tapestries, all these symbols, they're wrong. Take it all down and burn it.
Yeah, I will cast thaumaturgy, which can create small flames, and I start lighting little fires.
I don't mind starting a flame or two myself, so I'll start at the bottom of some of the tapestry, go along and strike flint, and get some fires going.
I wake up.
Hi there, buddy.
Oh, hello, Grandmaster Lord Tarur, you.
Stop. Here's some water.
Oh,
Just drink. And again,
oh, of course.
until your thirst is sated.
It is quenched.
Right, okay. How are you feeling?
I am feeling wonderful.
Do you have any spells that could help cleanse this place?
Of course.
Carry on then.
How would you like me to cleanse it? How are we cleansing it?
Anna said with fire, but
Oh,
anything radiant, I imagine.
what are we burning? Oh, we are burning the tapestries. I can do that. I begin casting sacred flame.
Excellent.
Everywhere I look.
I go up to Anna and I put an arm around her shoulder. You did good. Yeah, it's over now. Yeah. Who was that man? He was a paladin with me. My elder. We rode into battle together many times. I don't know what that creature was, but it got his mind. It must have been possessing him for months. He's a young man. You saw what he looked like. I mean, young for a dwarf. In his 120s or so, I would say. And you saw what he looked like. I can only hope that the mother is taking him someplace he can rest. You okay? No. That's a fair answer. Come on, let's go. Got a few things to discuss with the Lady Generala, I would imagine. Yeah, we do.
Tara and Anna, can you give me a perception check?
No. Yes. That's a 1 for Anna and a natural 20 for Tarur.
Right. Tar, as you're leading Anna out of this chamber that everyone else is now burning, you go into the hallway, and there is a human man leaning against the wall, waiting.
I take a step in front of Anna, even though I know that that's silly. She's not in a state to deal with this right now, so I take a step in front.
He stands up, adjusts the vest he's wearing, takes off the funny little hat,
Can I help you? What are you doing down here?
checking in on you guys.
Nice of you to drop by last night.
You're welcome.
So about all the skeletons in the bunks out here.
They're gone.
Gone?
Gone. Laid to rest. Thank you.
Yeah, Yeah, no problem. I mean, a little bit of a problem, but yeah.
And Ro comes up to you, Tarur, and puts a hand on your shoulder. Thank you.
Thank Maximus.
I have.
That's all right then.
Kay would be proud of what you did here today.
Yeah, he won't believe it.
Yeah, probably not.
That's all right.
Yeah. Anna,
Hello.
thank you.
Was I in time?
Yes. He's returned home. She took him home.
Will he be all right?
Yes.
Right, so did you want everything burned in here or do? Hi.
And Ro wiggles his fingers at Seastone.
You know, from the statues, I always thought you'd be taller.
I can be taller if you want me to be.
No, you might hit your head on the ceiling. Where are we talking to? What's going on? Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
So, thanks for the help the last few days.
You're welcome. You're often great.
We got a few more things to clean up in here, but nice to see you.
It's good to see you again.
Are we good? Is there more to do?
You good?
All right. Well, we got a few more things to do, but
Carry on.
How do you talk to him that casually? I don't understand. I can't complete my tail. Look at my tail. It's all floofed.
Anna, Tarur, again, thank you for doing this.
You didn't give us much choice in the matter, but you're welcome. We should report to the Lady General. She'll be wondering.
Yes.
You don't usually show up unless you have something to prepare us for.
Would all of you like to walk through the sewers back up?
No, I think if there's a more expedient way, we'd probably prefer that.
Of course. He gestures down the hall, and there is a swirling vortex of snow.
all right, everyone. I think that's enough. Thank you.
Oh, gosh, it is Ro. Gosh. Oh, hello, Ro. Hi, Milosh.
Yeah, so Milosh, this is Ro. This is Milosh. He's a cleric of Taff and Teth, as you know.
Yes, I am very devout to Taff and Teth.
And of course, he's very concerned about the disappearance of one of them recently, as you know.
Yes, I'm very aware of that.
One last thing before we go, Ro.
Yes.
We haven't heard any news of Caloria.
Ro smiles, and the swirling vortex speeds towards you all. You will soon. Engulfing all of you, and you find yourselves in the plaza at the sewer gate where you went down.
Oh, you're back. Oh, Coral, happy you're back. Coral, why is snow?
Right, there's snow because somebody was avoiding a question of ours. It's fine.
Oh, okay. I got a birdie friend. She's right there.
And Koro points to the sky.
Dorn whistles sharply.
And Santrame comes back to you, Dorn.
All right, back to the Lady General.
And there you have it. Another episode of K&K Play D&D is in the books. That was Anna and Mokana, number 20.
This is honestly turning into our longest story arc ever.
Don't worry, it's almost over.
Good.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Well, it depends on what you do,
That's fair.
as with any game.
That's fair. If you have opinions about what the party should do next, you know how to let me know about that. You can find me mostly on Twitter. You can find Keith mostly on Facebook. Both at K&K Play D&D. I'm also on Pinterest and Tumblr and YouTube and stuff.
And I'm on Gmail.
Keith's on Gmail. Actually, the Gmail goes to both our phones, so if you need to reach us at knkplaydnd@gmail.com, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Music was written by both of us.
Mostly me this time.
Amazing. And the ambient tracks, as usual, are from tabletopaudio.com.
And finally, I'm the first K, the Keith.
And I'm the second K, Karian, signing off.
Thanks for listening.
And
And
be
be well.
well.